When I was about 4, my dad taught me to go on the bike. You know, you learn how to go on the bike, and the thing that your dad does, at least what my dad did, he kept his hands on the seat, and he was trying to help me to balance. And at 4 years old, getting on the bike, you want to go as fast as possible, and you get all crazy, and you get so excited. And he was always there to be sure that I wasn't hurting myself, always there to catch me if I was falling. And no, when 4 years old thinks he got this, he said, "Okay, Dad, stop helping me out. I want to do it myself." And you think you're doing it yourself and your dad doesn't do anything, but actually he's always there ready to catch you if you fall off balance. He's there with you no matter what. In a similar way and in a different way, I think Jesus today in the gospel shows us how he's always present. You know, out of kindness, maybe Peter says, "Yes, use my boat to preach." And then after he's done preaching, he says, "Peter, put out in the deep. Try to get this, lower your nets and go back fishing." And you would say, well, a carpenter, a son of a carpenter, teaching a fisherman how to fish. Well, everyone knows that you shouldn't fish in daylight because your boat with the shadow will scare the fish. It will be very difficult to catch fishes. And you know, even more on top of that, they have spent their whole night working, maybe frustrated because they have caught nothing, and so they have nothing for the whole day. Where is Jesus in all of this? When he asks Peter, "Go out, put in the deep," where is Jesus? If you read carefully the gospel, Jesus is always in the boat with Peter. Jesus doesn't say, "Peter, go and do something that it looks crazy and doesn't make sense and make a fool of yourself in front of everybody." No, Jesus is there in the boat with Peter. Doesn't leave Peter alone. He's with him, always with him. And that's why he can experience a great catch. And then what happens? "Lord, depart from me, I'm a sinful man." This is not an experience we want to do. Especially when we find ourselves saying, "Well, how come the Lord is asking me to do such a crazy thing? That doesn't make sense." He's going to be with you. "Well, but if I do that, what's the good of realizing that I'm a sinful man, that I'm a sinful person?" This is not so exciting. It's interesting how Jesus responds to that. It doesn't say, "Peter, you're not sinful." It doesn't say, "Peter, what you've done, it's not a great deal, it's not a big deal." He simply says, "Do not be afraid." Peter, do not be afraid. How often we let fear lead our decisions. How often our fear paralyzes our heart, and so when it's very clear that the Lord is asking us, "Go and put into the deep. Do something crazy for me. Show me your love. I'm going to be with you. I don't want to make you look like a fool in front of everyone." And we let fear paralyze our life. Say, "No, not this." But only in that way we will experience the same thing that Jesus says to Peter. "Do not be afraid. From now on, you will be." Now you need to fill the blank. From now on, you will be something different. From now on, you will be someone different. But you need to trust that the Lord is always with you. And you need to see that being always with you, even things that looks crazy with Him are possible. And maybe at the end of our life, we will have the same experience of that man who had the grace to look back at his whole life and saw his whole life like a walk on the shore, and he saw two pairs of footprints. He says, Jesus, what does it mean? See, there are two different pair of footprints. One are yours and one are mine. We always walk together. I always walk side by side with you. I was always there with you. So why some of the times in my life I see only one pair of footprints? What does it mean? Well, there were the times where you had hardships, you had struggles, you had to fight. So, well, Lord, so in those very times you abandoned me. Say, no, in those very times I was carrying you in my arms. I picked up you and I walked for you and with you. I'm not going to let you fall. I'm like that father ready to catch you as you're learning to go on the bike. I'm not going to let you harm yourself. I'm always there with you. Believe in my presence always. Maybe it's a matter of you realizing it more. Maybe it's a matter of you trusting that He's there. He's not asking something and then go fish by yourself. No, He's going to be in the boat with you. So do not be afraid. Put out into the deep and fill the blank in your life. From now on, you will be